Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So strikers, no strike me.
I just want to be honest. I support freedom of speech. I support anybody, not being censored, but I do not support anybody being hurt. I did not realize that the George Floyd statements on my show was so hurtful. And you got to realize it was the first 5 minutes of the show. Like when he walked in, he told my producer, he said that if he'll stop um, filming, that he'll walk out. So I didn't want a Birdman moment. I didn't want a Birdman moment with Shaw, like where Birdman walked out. So I wanted the man to speak, but later on, like I actually checked him about the George Floyd's comments. I actually checked him about the White Lives Matter, but it was so later in the episode, and it was so like I was already inebriated at that time that maybe people looked over it. But
Hmm.
I apologize to the George Floyd family. I apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye West um, comments. Although I do support free speech, I am black, and I'm with Tamika Mallory. I'm with Until Freedom. I'm with Mike Son. That's who I am. In fact, I called Mike Son and asked for a shirt because that's what I wanted to have on when Kanye said he was coming through here. We actually posted it and then saw that this was the wrong edit, took it down, and then it got reposted again with those same comments that was there. So it was a mistake on our behalf, on our team behalf, because we don't edit nothing. I think Envy done Drink Champs, Charlemagne has done Drink Champs, and we literally don't edit nothing. But we will start from here on out because we understand that there's people that's hurt out there.
Yeah, I
And
think it's not a freedom of speech thing, nor it's more like a
Can you hear me now? Dag. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Dag. I just said so much. And I didn't have my chat on. So good. I'm gonna start over. So what's up, everybody? This is Cha Cha Mystique, and you now tune into Live at Radio. I hope you can hear. I hope you can hear me. I usually have my microphone off because I think they are listening to what I'm saying. Let me see, what time is it? Oh, it's not that bad. Only 10 minutes. We back. It was funny though. Oh, okay. So you can hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I think they can hear me. Okay, so I'll start again because I did say a lot right now, and I kind of want to get y'all to understand what I was talking about because this is important. You know, I be turning off my microphone because I know they be listening and watching. So, you know, I forgot to turn my joint back on, but it's okay. Good, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Okay, so like I was saying, yesterday, Monday, because today is technically Tuesday, right? A lot has happened in this world. You know, we had a very eventful weekend with Noriega. NORE stands for niggas on the run eating, right? But it's a controversial moment because I felt like he was soft today or last night or yesterday morning, however you want to put it, when he was on the Breakfast Club. I felt like he really threw Kanye under the bus. He really did threw Kanye under the bus. I felt like he didn't have to apologize to anyone. Everybody always want to be like, oh, I'm hurt. You know, you hurt my feelings, so I'm going to sue you for millions of dollars. This is the type of world that we living in. So I'm going to continue with this recap. And I hope you guys are able to read in between the lines because a few days ago, I did a debate about Kanye when he did the Tucker Carlson interview, right? And in the middle of my YouTube stream, they cut me off, especially when we was talking about that so-called particular group. And thank God for StreamYard because I was still able to go through with the debate and still have the footage of it. It's just I posted it on my other streaming platforms. I might come back to YouTube and give y'all like clips of certain things, but that's what it is. So normally Drink Champs post their interviews on Saturday, but we didn't have that this week. Shout out to whoever was the bootlegger, but they have 48 minutes of the beginning of the interview on Saturday. But on Sunday, they presented the live stream. 3 hours and 25 minutes of an amazing interview. And out of all the things that he was talking about, whether it was censorship, being pro-life, fatherhood, the things that he has to face in the industry as trying to be the top designer or fashion influencer, the behind the scene wrongdoings of what happens in this industry. Out of all those 3 hours and 25 minutes of beautiful gems, all of that was reduced to 2 minutes of him talking about George Floyd. Now, with that being said, I want to go back since, you know, the mic was off. I don't know if you heard it the first time, but I'm going to play it again. And we're going to listen and we'll be right back.
A misinformation.
It's not a misinformation, it's a lie.
It's
NORE, NORE, good morning.
I'm up every morning listening to y'all, just so y'all know. To keep my skills sharp.
We appreciate you for checking in.
Nore said he wanted to call in. What's the word, Nore? Talk to us.
I just want to be honest. I support freedom of speech. I support anybody, not being censored, but I do not support anybody being hurt. I did not realize that the George Floyd statements on my show was so hurtful. And you got to realize it was the first 5 minutes of the show. Like when he walked in, he told my producer, he said that if he'll stop filming, that he'll walk out. So I didn't want a Birdman moment. I didn't want a Birdman moment with Shaw, where Birdman walked out. So I wanted the man to speak. But later on, I actually checked him about the George Floyd's comments. I actually checked him about the White Lives Matter. But it was so later in the episode, and it was so I was already inebriated at that time that maybe people looked over it. Mm-hmm. But I apologize to the George Floyd family. I apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye West comments. Although I do support free speech, I am black, and I'm with Tamika Mallory. I'm with Until Freedom. I'm with Mike Son. That's who I am. In fact, I called Mike Son and asked for a shirt because that's what I wanted to have on when Kanye said he was coming through here. We actually posted it and then saw that this was the wrong edit, took it down, and then it got reposted again with those same comments that was there. So it was a mistake on our behalf, on our team behalf, because we don't edit nothing. I think Envy done Drink Champs, Charlamagne has done Drink Champs, and we literally don't edit nothing. But we will start from here on out because we understand that there's people that's hurt out there.
Yeah, I think it's not a freedom of speech thing, nor it's more like a misinformation.
So I'm kind of glad Angela Yee stopped at the point where she was talking about is misinformation. He didn't say nothing that fentanyl killed him. When you go back and look at the Drink Champs interview, he said they hit him with them fentanyl. They. Not Floyd, not him, they. Them. That's what he said. He said they hit him with the fentanyl. Now, I could see where things could be misconstrued with the fact that, Kanye was like, by the documentary that he saw, right? That he doesn't feel, just in layman's terms, that's what killed him, the knee on the neck, right? Now, I have the autopsy. I'm going to put that on my Patreon if you would like to see it, but I have a copy of his autopsy, and he did have fentanyl in his system. I'm going to show you right now so you won't think I'm capping. That I do have the autopsy report of what he had in his system. He had weed in his system. He had some other things as well. Hold on. So can you see? Can I? Let me see if you can. I don't know if you can see. There you go. So as you can see, I have it. It's a long. I don't know because my green screen. But I have the autopsy. I have George Floyd autopsy. And I should have put it up here, but I want to save it for Patreon instead of giving it to you. If you really want to see George Floyd autopsy and everything that it tells what he had in his system at the time of his death, it will be on my Patreon right after I post this. And I'm going to read to you what some of the things that he had. And the first things that they talked about was fentanyl. They got everything: his spleen, his left pelvic, his pancreas, his liver, the lungs, all of that, right? Hold on. I'm trying to find the drug screening of it all, the toxicology report of it all. It's 20 pages long. They talk about, the shoulder, the head, clothing, the clothing he had on. He had a size double XL Nike brand blue track pants, black rib sleeveless t-shirt, talking about a wife beater, a size 3XL starting 5 brand black and gray sweatpants. I mean, everything here from his tattoos and the size of his tattoos. I'm trying to be all extra. Identification. All right, so here we go. I'm at the drug part. You might not be able to see it too well, but it's right here where the first thing that they have on it is fentanyl, 11 milligrams worth. And then number 2 is norfentanyl. I don't know what norfentanyl is. I will have to do my research on that. But they found that 5.6 milligrams. He had methamphetamine. He had cannabinoids. They talk about THC and all of that. So that's weed. We know that's weed, So he definitely had that in his system, right? Now, I'm not saying that, this is, and Kanye didn't say that that was the reason for his death. He stated that he watched a documentary, and what he witnessed on that documentary, he noticed that they, not Floyd, took fentanyl, but they hit him with the fentanyl. That's exactly what he said, right? Now, my thing is, if you outraged about your family because the family came out, the family's lawyer came out and said that the family is pursuing the lawsuit against Kanye because they know for a fact that Kanye did it on purpose, in so many ways. He did it on purpose to spite them. But my thing is, even with that, when the lawyer was talking to TMZ, it was revealed that Kanye paid for George Floyd's daughter's college immediately after his death. Immediately after George Floyd's death, Kanye West reached out to the family and paid for his daughter's tuition. Which also proves the point, because a lot of people be like, "But what about black women? He paid for black women, a black young lady's college." Instead of putting her in his music video, further exploiting her body, further exploiting her mind, he paid for her to expand her mind. That was admitted when the lawyer spoke out to TMZ today, right? So back to this outrage. Now, Kanye West was referring to a documentary that's already out there. If you have such a problem with what Kanye said, especially if he's regurgitating something that's documented and already out there, then why not sue the people responsible for the documentary? Why not pursue a lawsuit with the people who actually put out that information? Not even just the people who produced the documentary, but the platform that it sits on, probably Netflix or Hulu, one of them people, because it's an official documentary. So instead of NORE trying to, beg for forgiveness from Massa for allowing this out-of-pocket Negro that don't know how to stay in his place come on their platform and talk about them, the audacity of Kanye, instead of going to all these other or all of their radio platforms and things like that, because they own all of it, and say, "I'm sorry because I didn't know it was going to hurt so many people," and different things like that. Why not hit up where this rhetoric is coming from? Because I don't think NORE should be apologizing for anything. One of the things that he said just now was, in future we're going to have to edit. But so now you're being censored too. Before, you wasn't editing nothing. Everything was raw, uncut. even though NORE cuts people off at the most, at the very time somebody's really dropping a gem or telling an amazing historical hip hop story, he always seems to always cut in at those beautiful moments and derail the conversation and all of that. You know, and people still watch because his guests are dope. You know, his guests are amazing. You know, so you have to now check yourself, because it wasn't the family who really reached out to you. It was the powers that be, because that's what you said on the radio show, the powers that be. You say you are for freedom of speech, but you bring up Tamika Mallory and my son. Just last week, my son was on his live with one of the newest members of the woke community, and they had like a little debate, something 19, something 16, something like that, right? And you was calling Kanye. Yeah. So, you know, what I was saying, oh yeah, so my son took to IG Live with one of the newest members on the woke community, and they had their own little debate, and he was calling him a coon and everything else, that you really are for freedom. Shout out to Tamika Mallory and stuff like that. But you know they get paid by George Soros, right? You know they sit there and fight with for Black Lives Matter, which is funded by them, right? The same people you gotta edit your content for now. The same people you have to edit yourself for now. It's no more scribbling behind the lines and being authentic Nori. It's none of that no more. And if you truly respect freedom of speech, you would have just let it be. Because honestly, you knew what you was getting yourself into, because I never saw Drink Champs with a disclaimer in the front. And part of your disclaimer was letting the public know that you respect freedom of speech, and you don't want to be the platform that's censoring people. And then the interview starts. That interview wasn't even up a good 24 hours and made over 3 million views. You said it yourself that the last time Kanye was on the show, your numbers never been that high. So I with you saying that, I think I'm not saying that you never had a good show before, but his influence brought you to that other level. I mean, I remember you on IG, how you was basking in that glory. Remember you was talking to Fat Joe. Remember, to yesterday's prices, not today's price, because you had Kanye. And I'm pretty, you did whole lives where you had tears, damn near tears coming down your eyes, because you were so proud that you had the opportunity, because the type of billionaire Kanye is. And in return, you helped them censor him. You apologize to the people that's trying to stop him from revealing the truths about the people you work for. You work for the powers that be. Let's look. I want us to take a look at these so-called powers to be. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want us to try to get a overstanding of who these so-called powers to be. Now, Drink Champs did a business deal with Revolt TV, right? Everybody and their mother thinks that Revolt TV is a black platform. Oh, Puff is black. That's our platform. That's us. That's us. No, it's not. Which one of these men you think is the co-founder? I know I gave you a hint, but come on, play with me. Which one of you guys think is the co-founder of Revolt? I'll wait. Oh, you can see? You can see? Huh? Andy Shuon, that's the co-founder of Revolt TV. So no, it's not a black platform. Now, Andy Shuon has been CEOs of every network from NBC to CBS. Any network that you could think of, he's been the head, ladies and gentlemen, of those platforms, of those TV networks. So he's well seasoned. You think his involvement with Revolt TV is by mistake, or because he does business, or it's an overseer type of situation? Huh? I kind of want to know. Do you feel like it's an overseer type of situation? Because if you really ask me, if the so-called powers of B was telling NORE that he had to take off Drink Champs, take off that episode that reached beyond 3 million views, who you think pulled the plug? Who do you think pulled the plug on that video? I don't think it was Puff. Now remember, right? I hope you guys remember. Matter of fact, I think I still got this in my file slides. Let me see. Right? Remember, let me get to it. Hold on. Let me see if I could get to it. Hold on, because I got the text. When he was talking about who you work for. Yes, here we go. Here's the text message of Kanye and Puff back and forth when they was trying to meet face to face. Who you think was telling Puff to reach out to him face to face or influence that? I'm not saying, Puff got bogarted like he got that phone call, yo, go get your man. I don't think it was like that. I don't think it was like that. I'm thinking, it was like probably like a group thing. Yo, what's up, Puff? Oh yeah, yo, you heard about Kanye with the thing or whatever? Yeah, man, I heard. Yo, that's not a good look, yo. I think he respects you. I think he'll listen to what you say. You got a good relationship or whatever. Maybe it will be dope of you, because we don't want Kanye in trouble. You know how that fake care, they fake care about you, because I care about Kanye. So, you should let him know that, maybe have a sit down with him to try to smooth things over, because, I don't want to see nothing happen to Kanye. Right? Kanye told his ass, listen, this ain't a game. I'm going to use you as an example to show them, because, that told you to call me, that no one can threaten or influence me. Now go and get you some business. Go and get you some business. That's what he said. It's wicked. So then they do the Drink Champs, and I'm not gonna even hold you. When I first saw that he was gonna be on the Drink Champs, I was kind of proud because LeBron James is coochie. He didn't even try to put it out. At least NORE put it out for 24 hours. LeBron James, they muzzled that slave up real tight, like don't you dare. They muzzled that slave up real tight, like don't you dare. Don't you do it. All those endorsements and everything you think you have, I'm going to take back. But my thing, why Tucker Carlson didn't take back the interview? He did another interview with some Arab or Middle Eastern type looking dude. And my apologies to the dude if he's not that. He just got that Middle Eastern look, Indianish, something like that, right? Why he didn't take down their interview? And they was talking about the same thing, about them and their community and the power that they have over the masses, especially us as a people. But you know what I think it is? I think that, after the Tucker Carlson video came out, they know that it wasn't phasing anybody. And in fact, it lit up a spark within the people and more people started to support him. So they were scrambling in the background, trying to figure out what is it that they was going to do, because the fact that we told this Negro to shut up and keep my name out your mouth and keep my people's name out your mouth is rattling the other Negroes. We can't have that. What can we do to get them in the uproar? Oh, I know. Let's do what we always do. Pull on those racial heartstrings emotions. Then they sitting back there, we're going to use Breonna Taylor. Oh, he's talking about this. All right, here goes a meme. Oh, now everybody's fake outrage. 2 minutes of a 3-hour and 25-minute interview. And the only thing people are talking about is George Floyd. And he only gave a perspective based on a documentary that's already out there. Like I said before, if this is real outrage, then why not sue the company that this platform that this documentary is on? Why not sue the executive producers and the funders and everybody else that were involved in making that documentary come to life? Why yay? Because if you ask me, I think you probably get more money suing the platform that the documentary is on. I know Kanye is a billionaire, but what you think that? I think that you doing this because you feel like it'll be an easy win. Because everybody think Ye's crazy. Everybody is so fake disappointed in Kanye. Oh, I'm disappointed this Negro couldn't keep his mouth shut. I'm disappointed that he is bold enough and has the audacity to color out the lines. I'm so disappointed he's exposing who Master is and the characteristics of Master. I'm so disappointed in him. I really feel like they're trying to sue him because they think it'd be an easy win. I wonder if, other people reached out, and paid for George Floyd's tuition or helped out as much, because they was like, they thought they had a great report, so he couldn't believe. But on some real shit, I think that point went over a lot of people's heads, because what my understanding gathered from that situation, he was comparing how not only George Floyd, and I'm going to say a psyop, but it's not a psyop like it didn't happen, it wasn't fake. No, it definitely happened. But the way it was set up, that wasn't just about police brutality. It wasn't just about police brutality. Barbershops, social media rooms of everywhere was saying the same thing, not just Kanye. In fact, Kanye late. We've been said that shit. We said that shit when it fucking happened. We've been said that. He's late. Kanye's actually late. We said that already. And I think he was alluding to the fact that this was a psyop, because he said, I'm looking at this bald, tall man, and it reminds me of Virgil. And then he starts to talk about how he didn't believe or insinuate that he didn't believe that he died of cancer and anything. Why nobody didn't catch that? He was basically saying Virgil and George Floyd was one and the same, because they was both got taken out by the system. Why nobody caught that? At least that's what I took from it. You know, because why would he compare George Floyd to Virgil? Why Virgil? Why George Floyd will remind Kanye of Virgil and sitting here talking about, you know, I'm holding back tears, you know, because that's how they get you. I think he was being very sincere. And like I said, you could go back to that clip. He didn't say nothing about George Floyd taking it. He said they gave him fentanyl. And I have his autopsy. I will be posting that on Patreon. And he did have fentanyl in his system. I'm not saying, because you know people are slow, so this is for the people in the back. I'm not saying that was the reason. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when they did that autopsy and checked everything, I got the spleen, I got all of that, the heart, if he had what kind of clothes he had on, I got, you know, all the scrapes that he had on his arms from the handcuffs. I have all of that. But in the toxicology part of it all, he had fentanyl in his system. That's a fact. So where did he lie? Oh, you didn't want him to say it. These other motherfuckers could say it. Motherfuckers that produce whole documentaries about it, they could say it. But Kanye West can't? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see where this is going. You know, everybody able to pick fun at Kanye, but nobody talks about this man who's actually running revolt. The powers that be. I'm pretty sure it was him and his peoples and them decision to take that off. Over 3 million views. And it wasn't about the George Floyd situation. It was about everything else he was saying. The upliftment of Black people. How they try to knock us down and steal our innovations, which they do. We talk about it all the time as a people, don't we? But I think, you know, we got to get out of the era of hiding behind it. Are we these scared Negroes? Like the honorable minister always say, you scared Negroes? We scared. Why are you apologizing, NORE? Why? Why are you apologizing? That doesn't make no entire sense. Especially if you claim you support freedom of speech. It should never be no but. But shout out to Funk Master Flex and a few others that talked out against NORE and what he did or whatever. But we starting to see who's who. Now this goes back to the White Lives Matter. Because all of this started with the whole White Lives Matter situation. It all started with the White Lives Matter. Hold on, I'm gonna get the picture for y'all. It all started with this. Okay. This whole uproar that everybody's talking about started with this White Lives Matter t-shirt. And ever since Kanye and Candace Owens wore this shirt, only thing people have been doing is proving how white lives matter. That's the only thing people have been proving. And the reason why I say that, because I understand the argument. I don't want people to think that I'm that insensitive and I don't understand what people mean. Like, you know, we went through a lot. And when we say Black, even though it was hijacked by them, by Soros, even though it was hijacked by Soros, right? I understand the deeper rooted meaning to Black Lives Matter, especially from those who actually take it seriously, right? I understand. It's because it's to be recognized that our lives matter too, because we're constantly going through injustices, which Kanye is actually exposing why and who we going, why are we going through these injustices and who are the entities that are providing these injustices for us. Why that it's a system built around oppressing us. And who are these powers that be, like NORE said, are in charge of that? I get it. But while we sitting here and knocking Kanye West down for obviously stating the obvious and telling him shut up, telling him, you don't go on those people platforms and say that. It's private. You're proving white lives do matter in that other sense. Because, you know, white lives do matter. You know, all life matters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying white people, but but it contradicts to what you're saying. You're saying, oh, Black lives matter too because we've been through this oppression or whatever the case may be. But their lives, their businesses, their way of life, their emotions matter more than yours do. All those people who are fake outrage about this situation and stuff like that, y'all protecting the identity of those people more than you protect your own people. All you people who sitting there and telling Kanye to hush and don't speak out against massa, you protecting that whiteness. All you content creators that are editing yourself, trying not to say certain words, or moving forward, you're going to be editing your content to make sure that you know you don't hurt these particular people because it wasn't about George Floyd. Let's keep it real. You are protecting that whiteness. So white lives do matter because y'all proving that. Why do you care that your oppressor feels some type of way about one of your own? Why do you care? Why do you care? Who are they to tell you to shut up? Because I guarantee you, if I was sitting in your face right now and I told you to shut up, and I stop your bread, I call in from your work and I'm doxing you and doing all of that, you're coming for me. You're going to try to fight me. And in the worst case scenario, you're going to want to end my life. Now, the people that are actually controlling you, the people that actually got their knee on their neck, why you care if one of our people, whether we agree with him or not, is coming at him? We say we not our ancestors, right? But I'm sorry. I kind of want to put something in motion here, right? I want to come to an understanding because, you know, we know that there were house Negroes, right? That sat there and co-signed the slave master, that was snitched on the runaway slaves, that was trying to better their circumstances. Because that's what Kanye was meaning by slavery was a choice. It was the people like the Haitians, like Nat Turner, that didn't accept their current condition and fought to make that shit better. Whether it worked out or not, at least they tried. And there were those who were complacent with their situation. And they just made do and put their head down and was snitching on other people's. I don't know, Master, why he left the plantation. Please forgive him. You talked out against Master. How dare you? You want to get all of us in trouble. We sit there and we say we're not our ancestors, right? We say we're not our ancestors, right? But I kind of want to know something, right? Because we know that there was coons back then. Then we talk about the 50s and 60s, the civil rights movement, Malcolm X, Black Panther Party, things like that. We know that the CIA got plants. You know, we know that type of cooning. But I wonder if there was cooning on this massive scale. And let me show you what I mean, right? Because one of the main arguments people have is, well, you know, these are private platforms. You can't, and that is entities in America that has a constitution of free speech. Companies that are established in America that has a constitution that protects the people, the republic, for free speech and the pursuit of happiness, right? But to these good, law-abiding Negroes, oh, these are private. Social media is private. You can't go up on these people's platform and say whatever the fuck you want to say and things like that. You know what else was their business? These diners. These diners. Remember whites only, blacks only, Jim Crow? where people want to sit here and act like they so smart and talk about what private business is, entertain, and all this other crap. There was laws created for segregation. Laws. Matter of fact, I don't want to even be on the screen. I want you to see this. Laws. Matter of fact, let me take off this. I want this to be shown by itself. Laws that made blacks only, whites only, segregation, Jim Crow legal. Because that's one thing y'all people like to say, oh, that's illegal. You can't do that. Slavery was legal. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I wonder, the way y'all go up and be like, oh, but it's a private social media business, a business established in America. These businesses were established in America too. And these people, these brave young people went to these diners and sat in their lunch counter at establishments where they did have the right to serve whoever they wanted to serve because it was legal, right? But the overall message was wrong. The overall message was wrong. And it messed with the psyche of a people. It messed with the progression of a people. People unable to sit in diners and things like that was a minute level of the overall picture, right? And it makes me wonder, all you people that are alive today, did your grandparents mock these young people for taking a stand? For taking a stand on the progression of their life? Did they have people like you that be like, I don't know why these people sitting in them fine people's establishments. They know that's illegal. They know they're not supposed to be sitting in them diners like that. That's why they spitting on them. That's why they throwing milk and apple pies. These Negroes trying to turn them apple pies into Negro pies. They can't do that. That's a private business. I wonder if people were saying that. Or would they say that to these people trying to make a change? Especially when it's morally right. Right? I wonder if people mocked Rosa Parks, even though some people say, oh, well, she worked for the NAACP and all of that. For the motherfuckers who didn't know all that at that time in real time, because people found that out like after the fact. So when this was happening in real time, right? And, you know, things are legal, right? That's the way things are. You know, it's their bus system, remember? So they have every right to make laws and bylaws and all of that the way they see fit because they own the bus company, remember? And their rules was you nigga gals sit in the back of the bus. So when this lady, and I know this other, shout out to the other people who did it before her, but for the sake of conversation, when this lady sat at the front and got arrested, how many of your grandparents was like, she know better than that? Not to sit on the front of them people bus? She know better. Who this light-skinned uppity Negro girl thinks she is? She thinks she better than us? We all gotta sit in the back of the bus. Who she thinks she is sitting in the front of the bus? That's why they got her ass locked up like that now. That's why they taking her ass to jail and fingerprinting her ass right now. Who the fuck this light-skinned heifer thinks she is? She thinks she better than us, trying to sit in the front of the bus like she all of that. She know it's them white people bus. Who she thinks she is? Did your ancestors say that? Was that some people's reaction when trying to change things that were unfair and immorally unright, or morally wrong, however you want to fucking say it? I'm on the road. I'm on the motherfucking road. How many of you said this about this man right here? Because you know shit went left when he started talking about Kennedy, them. Remember? I mean, that's a story that they give us in history, that he talked out against Robert F. Kennedy And so his own people, so-called leader, told him, you better shut the fuck up. Not Kennedy, not that white nigga, not that white man. You can talk about any other white man, but not that white man. Did the rest of society, did motherfuckers walking up 25th because he used to preach on 25th? Did people on 25th say the same shit about Malcolm? No, this nigga ain't up here trying to preach fucking economics and us fighting these nice white people. Did they say that the way we be saying that about Kanye and talking about how people don't have the right to say what they want on these social media platforms, but yet they use our influence, our talent, our innovation to monetize off of and get rich off of our spirit? Did our grandparents did that to Malcolm? I want to know if that was a real motherfucking thing. Now, people think it's just an American thing, right? People think it's just an American thing. But I wonder if other Africans was telling these people in South Africa, you know, that the Dutch motherfuckers that was spitting on the indigenous people's faces on their own beaches. Shout out to Soweto. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is not here because we still got people that look like us worrying about these others' platform. And they got the nerve to say, how dare Kanye talk about white lives matter? You make it so. Y'all more worried about protecting their platforms than protecting this man. And he's one of us that's exposing them. So white lives don't matter? This is current day Jim Crow. This ain't black and white. This happened in the 90s. Remember Mandela? Huh? Remember them bombing schools and stuff like that, like how they did us? This is not an American thing. It's a us thing, a us. They got this type of control all over the world before the internet. I'm showing you things before the internet. And you want to talk, you sit here trying to protect their platform, which we make the platform. Without us, them shits will be duds. Without us dancing on TikTok, without us creating reels, doing people's hair and, you know, all that other stuff like that, without us participating on their platforms, they will have nothing. And we get nothing for it. What, views? Okay, now you can subscribe. Are you who you think is really getting bank from those subscriptions, for them watching your reels, for you placing ads so you could have a bigger reach? Who you think is really making money off of that? You or them? I disagree, very best. It's already sliding. It's already sliding. It's already sliding. Because he didn't say nothing Malcolm X didn't say when he was talking about a particular group of people. And I wonder if we, and it's proof that his own people was in on it, even though we also know ultimately, you know, it was the alphabet boys, if you know what I mean. But this is beyond America. Beyond America. You think, you know, these people was like, no, don't you dare go to these. We from here. We've been here millions and millions and millions of years before they even existed on this planet, whatever you want to call it. But this they beach, and you can't come on their beach in our land. I wonder if other motherfuckers were saying that to those people. But hey, we got Trevor Noah, so I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Trevor Noah is a result of that horrible past, but you know, he's black, right? He's a good dude, right? He works. He's a result. He's a manifestation of all of that and works for them. These so-called powers that be, that NORE like to say. So he's cool, right? Because he's black. Trevor Noah, when you talk to a lot of people from over there, that one drop rule don't count. It doesn't. But, we make an exception for Trevor, right? And then y'all got the nerve to say white lives don't matter. That's the biggest fraud in history. And I think a lot of it is the fact that not only is he's exposing them, he's exposing us. He's waking up. He's trying to wake us up out of the slumber, and people are still not catching it. Like, motherfuckers is too much on them pills and that lean and all that poison that they give us. And that itself is an experiment. You think the crack epidemic happened naturally? You think now that we deal, since fentanyl is brought up, you think this mass influx of fentanyl and it's in weed and it's in that and all this other stuff, all of a sudden all these people are overdosing? You think that's a natural occurrence? Like somebody just came over here and was like, here, fentanyl for everybody? Or do you feel like they have a hand in that? Like I don't get the mindset of us. I really feel like we have to do better. And on some real joint, he changed his name to Ye. And I looked up the etymology of Ye. And I kind of want to go through it with you guys. Okay? We gonna go through it. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it for you. Because I think it's important and it's so profound. And Kanye, he's deeper than rap. Okay. Now, yay, right? That's what he legally changed his name to. And it's a pronoun. And y'all should be familiar with pronouns since everybody's fighting what's the proper pronoun, even though they lying about their pronouns just because they wearing a particular outfit and it makes you another pronoun, right? It's Old English, G or J. Nominative plural of second person pronoun. See thou, like how they say, thou shalt not kill, thou, meaning you, but, I'm jumping the gun. Cognate with Old Frisian, Old Saxon, Middle Dutch, cognate with Lithuanian, Sanskrit, Avestan, Greek, altered by influence of we. I don't think y'all catch me. I don't think y'all catch me. Altered by influence of we. When people talk and they say ye, they saying we. From an earlier form that was similar to Gothic juice. You, plural, use. See, you. See the definition of you. German probably is likewise from influence of their respective first person plural pronouns. Okay? So, I'm great at comprehension. You know what I'm saying? I'm real good when it comes to this comprehension part. You know what I'm saying? So when you see yay, you see we. When you look at yay, and you seeing you. You. But, I think that may be going over a lot of your heads. I don't think y'all ready for that type of information. I believe in flipping the script on the enemy and get them all up, get them all out of here forever. Well, you need to send that memo to your mans and them. You need to seriously send that memo to your mans and them. Right? Now we sitting here arguing about Kanye. We sitting here, apologizing to Massa for him. We sitting here being their bodyguards for free, chastising this man for having the audacity to do the things that we are scared to do. And this whole time, he's representing us, even down to his name. We sitting here talking about, because the misinformation. Y'all people wasn't talking about or using that term misinformation until this pandemic. Don't you realize you guys are being socially engineered? Y'all outraged because they told you to be. Y'all not talking about when they use your unwanted fetuses, and when you go and get apple juice cocktail or fruit cocktail and you read the label of it and it says naturally flavored, what you think the natural is? Or how about they graft fetal skin on top of mice's for inventions and shit for in the name of the science? Y'all think I'm playing? Hold up. Y'all think I'm playing? They're not doing F shit in these labs? Please tell me y'all think I'm playing. Huh? Because a lot has happened yesterday. A lot. And not only did NORE cop out, like the BITCH, and I'm mad at that because, nigga, you from New York. Like, I'm from New York. Like, New York people supposed to have heart. Puff, like, I mean, even though you from New York, supposedly, allegedly, but we all know how you get down. Like, everything you touch either ends up in prison or they running from you. Everybody trying to break contracts from you. Mace still out here on the war path. Like, come on. You're not even a part. But NORE? Really? I think they caught your ass on that run. And put you back in them shackles. Not the type of shackles, physical ones, but they got you a brain. And you sit here and you talk about you never had as much views as you did up until Kanye came on your platform. How you do him like that? And he told you, do not stop filming. He probably could have gave you better opportunities. But you apologizing to Massa about him? And he's the influence that boosts you up. Not no Fat Joe, not no Puff, not none of that. You go against the collective for the same motherfuckers that's causing us harm and division, that program us with their propagandas, you talking about misinformation. Misinformation, hold on. Misinformation is what's happening in these schools. Misinformation is the wrong information that they programming our kids in these schools. The misinformation when they're telling you that these diseases is natural occurrence and they coming from animals and they doing everything possible to save you. I dare one of y'all to say I'm lying. Because while NORE was doing a press run, because he didn't just do Breakfast Club, he was on Ebro and them in the morning. So he made his circulation. I wonder why he didn't go to like Z100. Oh, I think I know why. But anyway, you know. So while everybody's in the uproar and fake outrage about Ye that started from the White Lives Matter shirt, right? Which now everybody is protecting white life, white business, white ideology, white oppression. They're protecting that, proving that white lives do matter. And while we sitting here back and forth trying to call somebody, I'm sorry, but Kanye, I never seen Kanye look as good as he did. And I'm not saying in a sexual way. His face was clear. He looked like he put on some weight. He got a little fluffiness in his cheeks. There's no bags under his eyes. At least he gave NORE better respect than what he did to Tucker Carlson, because he went to Tucker Carlson with the full Sunni beard, cap, hoodie, looking homeless. Not homeless, because I'm pretty sure, you know, your hoodie alone costs more than what I have in my closet. So I'm not trying to play you, yay. But I'm talking about the aesthetics, right? You went on this stuffy white dude, Tucker Carlson, as a hood dude, speaking so profound. But you showed mad respect and love to NORE. You made sure that you were suited and booted for that. You made sure you had your shit all the way together for him to turn around and play you. Why Tucker Carlson didn't apologize to the community for Kanye saying the things that he said? Because obviously the community is in an uproar. Now, if NORE is apologizing for George Floyd, then why isn't Tucker Carlson apologizing for the community? I don't get it. I don't get it, right? But yeah, back to my point though. While all these things was happening, guess what the community was up to? Let's take a look, shall we? Hold on, let me get rid of that. I want you to read that. I want you to read that. I'm not gonna read it because y'all Negroes, y'all scared Negroes is not going to protect me, obviously. You can't even protect the billionaire that can actually do something for you and create opportunities and get you on land and doing all of that. Y'all don't have his back. Even the people closest to him is abandoning him for the so-called Shirley Temple community. Okay? And while we sitting here calling this man crazy, doing all of that, right? This is what they're doing in their laboratories in Boston today. Okay? I kind of want to read, you know, because on my Instagram I posted it, but I made it as a reel, and I put a song behind it. Hold on. I put the song behind it. Okay. The song is A New Slave. And I'm gonna say the song lyrics while y'all read what's in front of you right now. And look at the date. Look at the date. I hope y'all can see my mouse. Look at the date. October 17th. What today's date? October 18th. So this was yesterday. The same day NORE apologizing for Massa, that he let his friend get out of line on his platform. Okay? The same day. Everybody always talks about, he's a distraction. He's a distraction. He's trying to distract people. Who's trying to distract? Who's using who to distract what? Who's using who to distract from what? Right? All right, so let me calm down. And I'm going to read you these lyrics from 2013, because everybody, a lot of you scared Negroes be saying, oh, he just now want to be woke, which is a lie, because when he said George Bush doesn't like black people, that was the same year College Dropout came out. He wasn't even a billionaire and probably the poorest in the room. Not saying he didn't have money, but compared to an already established Dame Dash or already established Jay-Z, outside of state property, he was probably the brokest dude in the room. And even then, even though I look back on that footage, he does look scared as fuck. I ain't going to even hold you, right? But he did it anyway with his chest, right? So these lyrics are from 2013, the song New Slaves. Now, if I wasn't on YouTube, I will play the song so you can hear it, because you know, there were leaders and their followers. They're dick suckers and they're swallowers. Something to that effect. But anyway, so the lyrics say, I moved my family out the country so you can't see where I stay. So I go grab the reporters so I can smash their recorders. See, they confuse us with some bullshit like the New World Order. Meanwhile, the DEA teamed up with the CCA. They trying to lock niggas up, trying to make new slaves. See, that's that privately owned prison. Get your piece today. They probably all in the Hamptons bragging about what they made. Y'all about to turn shit up. I'm about to tear shit down. I'm about to air shit out. Now, what the fuck they gonna say now? So he's been on that type of time. Oh, you think this is crazy? Let's dig into this a little deeper, because you think that these communities give a fuck about you. Y'all protecting their platform. Y'all apologizing to these people like they care about you. And I don't want to hear, oh, that's not, it is dumb. Because if you look at the video of it all, it's dumb. You can, come on. Okay? Come on. Matter of fact, let me take my banner off for this. I want y'all to see this. Y'all think it's a joke? This man is told y'all about the New World Order 2013. They call him crazy? No, they call him crazy. Y'all just regurgitate what he's saying to y'all. Your thoughts are not your own. Y'all don't think for yourselves. Look at this. Are y'all reading it? So when they unleash this shit to the fucking people, right? The same way they unleashed the last one, how many of y'all gonna get? 4, 5, 6 this time? How the hell you go to the problem for the solution? You're supposed to acknowledge that there is a problem and figure out a solution. We ass backwards. We ass backwards. You know, I'm going to try to leave this up a little longer for the slow readers. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all can't understand what Kanye is doing right now in this moment, you know, you had to, you know, I think them people were right when they was telling all the black mothers that their kids need to go to special ed. You know, those institutions, those credible institutions y'all care about. You know, I was having this discussion on Clubhouse, and we was talking about the Donda school. He has a school. And people was like, is it an accredited school? Is it an accredited school? What makes it credible, though? What makes it credible, though? The same people that's poisoning your food, the same people that's poisoning your water, the same people that's poisoning your bloodline. That credibility y'all talking about? Huh? Is that the credibility y'all talking about? Huh? Now, you know, I'm trying to give y'all the benefit of that. I don't think y'all that slow. Now, read this. Y'all really think these people playing out here with y'all? And y'all mad at Ye? No, he's proving that white lives matter. And it's not because the shit that y'all say or the chants, the Negro spirituals that y'all sing with y'all poster boards and stuff like that. It's not that. It's y'all behaviors. It's through the apology that you tell them that their lives matter. It's the feeling like you only are able to talk behind closed doors and barbershops and things like that where you feel like that you prove that their life matters. It's the fact that you co-sign, oh, but that's a private business. Oh, it's repercussions to what? We're supposed to be sticking so much together that if any one of us speaks truth to power, we have each other back. Now we're not doing that. And I'm not saying co-sign everything. I'm not saying that because you're such a fucking hoe. I hated that. Like, why Kanye? I mean, I get the business aspect of it all. You know, the dude probably, you know, spent a little money to try to get that clout from Kanye because he was an up-and-coming artist. So I get that aspect of it all. But it's like, really? 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 You know, really? So I'm not sitting here trying to say like he's this perfect or whatever, you know, oh, but he married Kardashian. But every time I look around, he's defending black women like how he did Beyonce, or did y'all forget? I forgot? And we just found out that he paid for George Floyd's daughter's college tuition. Is that not investing in black women? Okay. And while Noriega is copping plea to the so-called powers that be, this is what they came up with in their laboratories. Okay. Do I gotta show y'all again? Because you know, I don't think y'all overstand. Look at the date, October 17, 2022. Exclusive. And you know what? The people, you know, and is these are doctors from their land that is blank re. If you understand what I'm saying, say, oh, this could be dangerous. How you got the member all the way from Boston? And why the fuck are you the one saying something? We're the American doctors. Why they not saying something about this? Or you want to see like you don't have no parts in it. But then when you look at the team who's actually doing it, they look like they're a part of that lineage. If you get my drift. Y'all playing checkers, and these people are playing chess with y'all. And shout out to Math Harfer because he said it so eloquently. At least in the game of chess, everybody starts in the same place. We're not even playing chess. They got at least 2,000 years up on us. And we the original. We was here first. How, Sway? In my Kanye voice, how, Sway? And you got the nerve to co-sign it and be like, oh, it's their private platforms and it's consequences for talking like that. You know, it's consequences for them talking like that. Did y'all say that about these diners? Because that was business. They legally, they had every right to serve who they wanted to serve. We keep saying we not our motherfucking ancestors, but I don't think you goofy people came out of nowhere. I think that's a lineage of scared Negroes. The same house Negroes that was snitching on the field workers trying to choose life, because that's what was Kanye meaning. Choosing freedom over slavery and actually taking action on their destiny to pursue their happiness, the true American dream. We never talk about the coons in this area. We only talk about, like, you know, the individuals that we know about, you know, from the CIA and stuff like that, because you know they names and all of that is documented. But how many of your grandparents, like I said, you cooning, that's a long bloodline of y'all cooning. That was taught. Like you saw your mother and your father be scared, and you saw your grandmother and your grandma. How many of y'all grandparents and great grandparents was talking shit about the freedom riders while they were brave enough to go inside these diners to make change? That they knew it wasn't about this private thing, and that they had the right to serve whoever they wanted to serve. How many of you scared Negro ancestors was like, why they would want to go there anyway? You know that's their restaurant. Why are you messing up them nice white folks' place? How many of your grandparents said that bullshit? Because, you know, those are the stories that weren't documented only because it wasn't the internet. But I could guarantee you, a lot of you people talking out against Kanye and letting all those germs go over your head and have the same talking points as the powers that be, quote unquote. Y'all came up from a long line of suckers. Because I'm pretty sure, and you know what's the sad part? You know what's the sad part about it all? They probably had more grief from their and pushback from their own people than the people that they were combating and going to war with. I truly believe that within my whole entire soul. I really do believe that. Them black folks need to just stay up out of their establishment, not realizing it's the bigger picture. We in a technical age. All that private, that's a cop-out to further silence your freedoms. And a lot of this got on steroids when we went through the last one that we still in, kind of, sort of. And while we sit here thinking everything is sweet, this is what they're doing in their labs. They already told you that you mentioned certain people, they're going to have misinformation. Didn't PayPal say they was going to snatch $2,500 from your account if you talked out against certain things? And then they recanted their statement because they got a lot of backlash online. Didn't PayPal recant they statement? They said they wasn't going to take $2,500 from you for having a thought process other than what they're trying to program you to have. Wow. Wow. And that's a setup because, you know, places like Rumble and stuff, right? The ones that they call conservative, right? That's like damn near the only payment method outside of getting a paper check. It's PayPal. So that was the setup. All right, we're gonna create this platform, have everybody thinking that they free to say whatever. Now we got them. They're gonna see this payment option since everybody's into technology and everybody's so thirsty for convenience that they're gonna put themselves in shackles on their own. Okay, this is what we up against. While NORE is apologizing to the massa for having this out-of-pocket Negro, this unbroken Negro on their platform. It's not NORE don't own no fucking Jing Champs. NORE don't own no goddamn Drink Champs. He owns Drink Champs. Drink Champs Revolt is not a black company. When Kanye was talking about your people, your bosses, this is who he was talking about. And NORE said the powers that be told us not to air it or take it down. So you see who has the majority of the company, the bigger influence of the company. And while him, look at the name,
while they telling or putting NORE in his place, and while they sit here trying to have a public lynching because Kanye, Mr. Ye is not buck broken, this is what they're doing in their labs. So how many of y'all gonna be shot up like 5, 6, 7 more times than you already have? How many of y'all gonna continue to go to the problem for the solution? Huh? You think this is a joke? It's everywhere. Go to, ain't this a credible source? Y'all like their sources so much. The same people that be lying to y'all and doing this to y'all, their sources is the only credible sources. Remember, let me see a credible sources. When we talk about Kanye's school, Donda, is it a credible school? What makes it credible? Because from where I sit, I feel like when y'all say credible, do y'all have Massa watching over this? Do y'all have Massa overseeing the way you educating children? Do y'all have that? Because if y'all don't have that, then it's not official. Because I have to have Massa watching over y'all to make sure that I continue to get miseducated. So I could believe, so I could be indoctrinated with the true misinformation. But there's hope. There's hope, right? Because, yeah, like I said, yesterday was a super busy day. Yes, it was. Yesterday was a busy day because wow, NORE out here acting like a butt broken house Negro, pacifying people, talking about, no, I believe in freedom of speech. You know, shout out to Myson and everybody else, you know, who took Soros' money for hijacking BLM so that they could further infiltrate on the nucleus family, so they could still be a part of teaching all kind of weirdo SCX to your children in their educational institutions, so they could redefine pronouns and true genetics based off imagination. I don't care who feels any type of way. But while we doing all of that, right? See, this is how you answer. This is how you answer that. Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, agrees to buy conservative. See, why you gotta throw that conservative? Agrees to buy conservative social media platform Parler, company says. You see the words they try to highlight so you could be like, nah, I'm not with it. Huh? You see how they try to play you with these words? Huh? The same day NORE is begging to the powers that be that own all the platforms, he gets his own. The audacity of that free Negro. I can't believe this dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Just when we think we got this Negro, he's doing some extraness. Just when we think we got him and he got all his little hip-hoppity friends turning against him because we write their checks, here this Negro grow, spending all his hard-earned money on things that we could actually have true freedom of speech with. The nerve of this guy. The nerve of this guy. The nerve of him. Unbelievable. Let's kind of read this a little bit though. Just a little bit, but it's a short read. I hope y'all don't mind me reading. Kanye West, the superstar rapper who has made several inflammatory and anti-Semitic comments in recent weeks, has agreed in principle. Wait, before I continue, is CNBC a credible source for y'all? Because this is CNBC. You know, because I know how y'all like y'all overseers overseeing everything. Because if they don't oversee it or if they don't tell you it, it's not true or official. So let me know if CNBC is credible enough. Let me know. Because you know they can't give no misinformation, right? Oh, okay. Okay. So, you know, I hope it's good for y'all. All right. Go good enough for y'all. You know, I hope it's good for y'all, you know, because I don't want y'all snitching on Massa for me because I'm out here, you know, helping this unbucked brother to convey his message to the slow motherfuckers in the back. So, you know, I hope this is credible enough. Okay. 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 October 17th. Okay. All of this happening October 17th. Look at that. Look at that. I hope y'all see my mouse. October 17th. Yesterday was eventful. It was. Kanye West, the superstar rapper. See, he's more than a rapper, but you know how they do. Who has made several inflammatory and anti-Semitic comments in recent weeks, has agreed in principle to buy conservative social media platform Parler. The app's parent company said in a statement Monday. When was this? At 6:02 a.m. Monday morning, this came out. NORE didn't even do Jink Tramps yet, I don't think. Or it probably was the same time he called in on Jink Tramps. I got to confirm that. In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure we have the right to freely express ourselves, said West, who now goes by Ye, which we just learned that it means you, we, and in layman's terms, us. Us. When you see Kanye, you see us. You see we. Okay? In a statement he released by Parler. Financial terms of the deal weren't announced. The company previously said it had raised $56 million in funding from outside investors. The move comes after Ye was locked out of his Twitter and Instagram accounts for making anti-Semitic remarks. In one post, Ye played into a long-standing anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that fellow rapper Sean Diddy Combs is being controlled by these people. These people. And for the slow motherfuckers in the back, when I say the powers that be, I'm talking about these people. When every time I say them or they, these who I'm talking about, these people. Right? On Twitter, meanwhile, Ye's account was restricted after he said he will go DEFCON 3 on these people. Them. A representative for Ye didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Ye told Bloomberg News, is that a credible source for you Negroes? Is Bloomberg News credible? That he was motivated to buy Parler after Instagram and Twitter penalized him. He also declined to reveal the terms of the deal to the outlet. Ye's net worth is reportedly $2 billion. I think they lowballing that. Much of his fortune comes from his Yeezy sneakers brand and partnership with Gap and Adidas. However, Ye severed, we severed ties with Gap recently and Adidas. And Adidas said it's also reviewing its business relationship with him. JP Morgan Chase also cut ties with the rapper. Parler is one of the several right-wing friendly platforms to emerge during the Donald Trump era, as the former president's supporters claim unfair treatment by Twitter and other apps. There's also Getter, which is run by former Trump advisor Jason Miller, and Trump's own app, Truth Social, whose parent company is under federal investigation as it seeks to go public. Conservative-friendly video platform Rumble went public last month. I just got on Rumble too. I'm gonna put this live on Rumble, but here's the catch: PayPal is the way you get your money outside of a paper check. So be careful with Rumble. Opt for the paper check, because I don't trust PayPal no more. I don't care if they recanted anything. Look at your intentions, and plus, people been complaining about y'all. So, oh hell no, that's what type of time you on. Only reason why you recanting because you had all that backlash. So that shit wasn't genuine. So, oh no, close the account immediately. Parler, which initially launched in 2018, was swept up in controversy last year over the role it played in Jan 6. I don't want to say the whole word at the Capitol. That led a slew of tech companies, including Google and Amazon, to blacklist the service, rendering its app and website inaccessible. In September, however, Google reinstated the app on its Play Store, stating the company changed some of its content moderation policies and enforcement. So these people, right? These people told them, nah, we're not messing with you until you do what we say, until you act how we want you to act. No, you can't just be saying anything. You can't just be doing anything. I don't care if you feel like your treatment is unjust. I don't care if you feel like you want to fight for your freedoms. I don't care. You do what we say, right? Apple restored the app on its App Store platform earlier in April 2021. Parler has sought to reduce its dependence on technologies from other firms by establishing its own cloud infrastructure in-house. See, when they trying to do all these rules, or if you under my house, you live by my rules, ass people, like we ain't grown. All right, bye. I create my own infrastructure. See, that's what people don't be getting. When I be talking about we gotta separate from the system and shit like that, people be thinking I'm trying to talk about, let's go back to stagecoaches or whatever the case may be. Sorry, I'm a little parched. They think we have the know-how to create our own systems. We invent everything. Like we sit here and pride ourselves. Hold up. We sit here and we pride ourselves on, oh, it was the black woman. The black woman created the GPS, but she did that for them. Oh, the first black heart open surgery was a black man, but you did it for John Hopkins. And didn't John Hopkins host Event 201 though? Oh, it was the black man who innovated the fiber optics of the landlines in order for us to get internet and all this other stuff. But didn't he do that for CERN? What have these people have done for us other than give us the opportunity to ride on their coattails by just saying, oh, it was our people, it was our people. I'm waiting for the answer. I don't think I need to read any more of that article. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. This is more of an annoyance to me, though. Like, same date, October 17th. Wasn't that yesterday? The same day, Kanye buying into his own social media app. The same day, NORE out here crying on his master's platform because everybody think, oh, it's the Breakfast Club. You know, they got Angela Lee and Charlamagne and all of that. They co-signed Hillary Clinton bringing hot sauce out her bag and thought that was cute and not condescending. These people co-sign all that joint, okay? Yeah, Charlamagne got another show, and he may sound like he's saying something. He, you know, people champion him when he went up against Tommy Loren or whatever her name is, Tommy, whatever. But oh, the misinformation about the fentanyl. I told you guys I have George Floyd's autopsy, and I'm putting it on my Patreon, and it has everything. And he did have fentanyl in his system, and Kanye did not say that he was high on fentanyl. He said they gave him fentanyl. They said they put him on a fentanyl. That's what he said. They put him on that fentanyl. And when I'm looking at this tall, bald man, you know who that reminded me of? Virgil. Then he started getting teary-eyed and started to allude to the fact that he don't believe Virgil died of cancer and all this other stuff. He don't believe that, or whatever it is that they're trying to say. He doesn't believe that, and I believe him. I believe it. I believe it. Even if that nigga said he saw a unicorn, shit, bricks of gold bars, I believe him before I believe any one of y'all. Because the powers that be, the credible sources, the people, the people that y'all defend, that actually makes his t-shirt true, is doing this right here. Is doing this. Let me, is doing that. Because obviously, y'all probably didn't die off fast enough with the last one. So this is what they doing to y'all. This is the things that they're playing with. They play with this. This is for fun. This is for fun. Okay? This is for fun. They don't respect you. They don't care about your well-being, or why even do it in the first place. This is not a natural occurrence. This is a manipulation. This is a plan. Oh, but it's real. Oh, but it's real. That was y'all was saying the last time. Remember? Now, how many of those things y'all gonna get this time? Y'all gonna go for the gusto this time? Huh? Only for them to tell you that you have a heart attack? Because right now they're making heart attacks normal for children, but nobody sees nothing wrong with that. We gotta wake up, my people. You know, I'm worried. And a matter of fact, I'm not that worried because, you know, when I be looking at people's posts, you know, especially when they be, you know, doing the most, right? One thing I like to do, my lips look dry. Oh, where's my orange? One thing I like to do, right, is to look at the comment section. That's what I like to do. I get a kick out of looking at the comment section, because it's one thing for one person to post something, but especially when you have a lot of comments under there, I like to see, you know, what the people are thinking. And I know it's not all of people, but it gives me like a microscopic look of, you know, the consensus of people's thought process, you know, overall. And not for nothing, I'm beautifully surprised that a lot of us are in favor of Kanye. They won't tell you that. They won't put that in your algorithm, just like they didn't put this in your algorithm. They're not going to put that in your algorithm. They just like they didn't put that in your algorithm, right? But as I'm reading, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, and even on Clubhouse, people are actually in favor of Kanye. And I feel like we need to protect him at all costs. He is not crazy. This is the best I've ever seen him in a long while. No, he wasn't drunk. Stop trying to stop freestyling. First of all, I hate that freestyle because I think what I think was, no, let's talk about what you know. Let's speak from a level of knowing. Okay? Let's get the facts out first and then let's get to your opinion. Because when you state your opinion off of facts, that is critically thinking. Like, once you gather all the information, then you sit back and be like, and then you put the pieces together and you formulate the things that you see. Even if you miss a few points, that's why it's great to talk with people, because they probably picked up on something you didn't, whatever. That's how it works. I think we need to do better at sticking together. We really do. Because they stick together. One of the things that he said that was so true, right? And I really overstand, when one of them get in trouble, is that one dude, right? To the public eye, right? Is that one dude, right? But they don't, and then you forget about this. Well, this is my words. After he said that, I know that you forget about this person and their wrongdoings because they have every aspect of the thing, but then get offended that you're saying it. But you do. If you look at the long list of who owns these major media corporations and who's behind them, who's behind a lot of things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis as far as programming and stuff like that, they're behind it. That's not a lie. I'm not saying that there's not other people sitting in those seats alongside with them, but they're the top dogs in those industries. Whether it be fashion, radio, other platforms like Revolt. When we say he talking about, oh, Revolt is black. Oh, you know how many times people said that? And it really isn't. Andy, they stick together. Not only do they stick together, they work together to hide their transgressions. Like they'll put something in front of you. They'll fucking create a whole new pandemic if they need to, so you won't be focused on the thing that's going wrong with them. Right? They make sure that they stick together. Good, bad, or ugly. But when they doing right, they all doing right. They making sure they all eat. They keep them business secrets within themselves. And whatever they learn about how to get ahead in this game, they whatever type of game or industry or whatever the case may be, they bring that back home to their community. When one of us do wrong, but see, I gotta flip that, because I don't see nothing wrong with what Kanye said or did at all. Nothing. Even with the George Floyd situation, because I understand what he was saying. And it's not me freestyling or coming up with the situation. It's based off what he said verbatim. And I didn't come up with my conclusion or anything like that. Right? When these people put one of our people in trouble or say that we follow suit. We start doing the old Negro spiritual trend. Oh, you're not supposed to be on their platform and all of that. Makes me wonder if your grandparents were saying, oh, these people wasn't supposed to be sitting on their luncheons. It's about the overall message. I don't care how private you are. If something is unjust, and if something goes against my constitutional right, especially if your business is in America, that should be done away with. Now, I'm not talking about, people who don't have no type of decorum. Like, you in certain spaces, you got to act a certain way and stuff like that. I get it. But this is something totally, this is not that. And we know it's not that. So please don't insult my intelligence. When all of this is happening in the same week, as well as PayPal telling you that they're going to take your money from you, then you have news, things that if you talk about a specific group of people, you're going to be deemed as a terrorist and all this other shit. This is a war against the free minds of the world. That's dangerous. We're in a silent war right now. A silent one. And it seems like it's the freemen and the oppressor and those that are still slaves, or the goyim. They're the goyim. Yeah, I said it. Fuck it. And I'm about to be done with this live anyway. They're the goyim. And a lot of you people, I be listening to your reasoning and logic. One, y'all sound like parrots. Like if it's a whole script written for y'all. Which further lets me know these are not your talking points. This is not your own. These feelings are not your own. You mad because they told you to be mad. You dismissed 3 hours and 25 minutes of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and reduced it to 2 minutes. Ever since the Cosby situation, I think a lot of these memes that are being created are purposefully being created. I think there are people hired to do these things because these are certain tools, especially if they're funny, to socially engineer the people, because online, this is where the people are at, interacting with each other, being social. And social and influence go hand in hand. And they use things like memes to persuade that influence, to make you laugh and everything like that. But then your behaviors are altered. You are modified. Now Nori's talking about editing himself to appease a group of people that oppresses him and his people. He helped them silence one of his own just so that they could be happy. And on some bullshit, I don't think it had anything to do with George Floyd. When he did that, like I said before, when he did that Tucker Carlson thing, people was really with yay. And they feel like, this is my opinion now, just looking at it. Now I'm giving you my opinion, right? Just looking at the situation. That didn't work. You had more people was like, but he didn't lie. He didn't do this, or whatever the case may be. And I felt like they went back into their little stiffy ass dungeon of a boardroom and was like, oh, it's not working. We got to think of something. What will make ye turn? Because we need everybody, not just the house Negroes out there talking about how dare you talk like that in Master's house, right? All that private. Remember, these people had a right to serve whoever, right? So I think, oh, let's do the race card. Let's do the race card. Look at that. He just spoke about George Floyd. Let's do that. Let's do the race card. Now everybody getting all these secret phone calls to apologize and all of that. Yeah, that was a setup. Oh, but yeah, I got the autopsy of George Floyd. He did have fentanyl in his system. I'm putting that on my Patreon so you can see so you can see for yourself that I'm not lying. Nor was Kanye. And like I said, and I'm defending him. He didn't say he was taking it like if he was. He said they. See, comprehend. They hit him with the fentanyl, and then he goes into Virgil. I think that's his name, Virgil. And started weeping, alluding to the fact that the same way that shit was a setup Virgil shit was the setup too. Because when he sees George Floyd in that documentary that already existed, he saw Virgil. And if these motherfuckers want to sue Kanye, sue the platform that got the documentary on there in the first place. Don't ruin that man's legacy. Because trust me, I'm getting his word out. Okay? And if you want to sue Kanye, make sure that whatever platform that documentary is on, they are first on that list, that lawsuit list. They being served first and everything. I want Kanye to be the last person on that list because that documentary was already, or if they got dramatization in that motherfucker, sue the actors that's in there, or the grips. Them motherfuckers need to get it too, since you so outraged. I want to thank everybody that pulled up. Shout out to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you listen to this on all my streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, and everywhere else, thank you for listening to me. I really felt like I had to get this off my chest and talk to you guys because I don't think nobody's going to kick it to you or see things for what it really is. And I'm not saying people are incapable of it, but I've been watching a few things and everybody got the same talking points and it's redundant. It really is. And I hope I gave you a different perspective and put you onto a different understanding of what's going on out there because I love you enough to respect the fact that you deserve the truth. Well, I got a lot of you. The only people that truly lie is those that live in fear because they scared of the repercussions. Now we got to worry about repercussions because you're being honest. Not just honest with your people, but honest with yourself, honest with your soul. And that has become a crime these days. I have somebody attacking me, but I can't acknowledge that this person or this thing is attacking me. Because now I got to worry about them silencing me so that their wizards won't be revealed. When the only thing that we should be doing is just fighting to come home. We need to stick together. We need to have a united front. And let this be that example because during the last time we went through this, right? During the last time we went through this, because, this happened yesterday, right? They in their labs again. They in their playpens again. Right? There was a meme, since we was talking about memes, there was a meme that came out and it had the chessboard and it had the slaves underneath the chessboard and then all these so-called businessmen on top conversing with each other. And the meme says, if we all stand up, game will be over. And during the last time they was playing the labs, right? During the last time they was playing the apps, I said that, and we was all locked down and everybody was figuring out what they was going to do or they felt like they was on vacation or whatever the case may be. I'm like, this is the perfect time to actually stand up. This is a perfect time. But nobody did it. That's what it makes me curious. How many more of the venom you going to take? How many more of the venom are you going to take? What, you going to do 6 time? I kind of want to know. But anywho, please, let's wake the fuck up. And if you feel like people around you is not woken up, it is your responsibility to provide that knowledge. Even if they want to pretend like they don't hear you, I guarantee you that shit is seared in the back of their motherfucking brain. Okay? Right now, we don't have no time for that solo shit. It's all about me. Because remember, no, sorry, wrong one. Ye actually means us. Hold on, I'm going to show that one more time so you can understand. Ye. Okay? Altered by influence of we. It means we. From earlier form that was similar to God the just you in plural, juice. It sounds like, Puerto Rican when they be like, juice over there, you juice over there. Okay? And And then it says, see you. You. The definition of you is ye. It's the same thing like thou. Like thou shall not kill. You shall not kill. You shall not lie. Matter of fact, you shall not lie. Ye shall not lie. Okay? That's biblical. That's biblical. Ye shall not lie. You, thou, we. And in return, if it's we, then it's us. When you see him, you see us. It's we. It don't get no deeper than that. It don't get no deeper than that. Okay? So, shout out to all of y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. You know, like I said, I had to get this off my chest, and I didn't want to be a punk about it and mumble this shit on my brain or behind closed doors. I want the world to see this, share this, like, comment, wake up this algorithm so more people could comment under here, like, and if you didn't like it, unlike it. And don't forget to go in the comment section and tell me why you didn't like it with your hating ass. But I want to hear all of it, the good, bad, the ugly, or whatever, because we family. Fuck all these niggas. And with that, I land. See you next time. Salute. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and share. But most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification bell. ChaChaLive.media. Let's get it.